Hello farmers, welcome back to Selendra. Just getting ready to go to bed, and I was checking on the animals, and well, they all need some feed, so we need to take care of that before we go to bed. So first things first, we'll take care of the sheep. Just gotta give them a nice little hay bale. That should get them by for another month or so. And now I'm gonna go over and, you know what, should I just grab another hay bale from here? Now leave those over here. I'll grab one that's in the sawmill. The horses can use some hay. Then, of course, the chickens. I got some wheat left over that we bought a couple months ago. We'll feed them the rest of the wheat. And then, of course, the horses will get some sorghum. And, yeah, then we go ahead and go to bed. Wake up tomorrow and mow some grass. Now, I've been testing a couple of mowers, especially one that a lot of people have been recommending. And it's probably the one I'm going to buy, unless one comes up for sale. Otherwise, but it's a mower and can be converted over to a mulcher as well, and we should be able to afford it. It costs $15,000 brand new, and we are just at that right now. So making a little bit of money overnight would be good, but you know, if not much to worry, because we do have our pottinger mower that we could sell and probably get enough money back on, and then go ahead and buy it. It'll be a little bit more than double the working width that we got now for a mower, so it'll get the job done a lot quicker. And like I said, also can be converted over to mulch our field. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So it'll save us a lot of money from having, you know, I was going to get the Vermeer mower, but it's it's going to be a lot better for us because they don't have to buy a mulcher. It'll be just that much easier. Horses are coming over like, he's giving us some hay. 9,000 liters. Is that going to put me over? I wonder how that's going to do on the food here. I might fill up their trough by doing this. If I do so, it's not that big of a deal because they'll take some. Okay, so they didn't fill up the trough. All right, good. So I got some room to put some sorghum in there. We'll use the doits to do this, giving the horses sorghum and the chickens wheat, because we'll be using the Fiat tomorrow. Our telehandler is pretty well charged up, so we'll leave it as is. Drop that on down. Let's go get the trailer. Yeah, I almost just slept right through the night and like, oh, I should just, you know, do the usual thing on checking on the animals. I'm like, oh, all of them. All of them are kind of low. The one thing I don't have on this series, I just added to Hinterland, was a realistic animal loss. So if you don't have feed in your troughs, there's a good chance that your animals could perish. But since we're not doing that here, I'm not going to keep too much of a tab on the animals. I may forget once in a while. Alright, let's put some sorghum into here. I'll just, I don't know how much they're going to take, so we'll just get a bunch of it. And when I unload this, I need to back in, not pull up to the side, because we got a tipping trailer, and it can collide with a roof once in a while, so we'll just do it like this. Should be easier. So are the horses good? Yeah, they can hold 20,000 liters, so that's fine. They should be fine on hay for a while. Okay, let's put the sorghum back into the silo. And then we'll go grab the rest of the wheat. Feed that to the chickens, and then the chickens can live off the sorghum that we harvested. And now we just want the wheat. Well, this silo can hold everything. And I mean everything. Okay, we'll just keep on scrolling. There it is. There's the wheat. Yeah, got to keep those chickens happy because they are producing the eggs now at a good rate, which is going to be wonderful in a couple months when it comes time to sell them. Winter months should be pretty good. We're going to have the silage to sell and the eggs to sell. And before long, we'll be back in April and May to sell the fabric. We're going to be bringing in lots of cash. And right now, after we buy the mower / mulcher, in the morning. Just going to wait to see if it comes up for sale. We're just going to buy the 2 potato fields. And then it's pretty much, you know, maybe hold off $100,000 for the training facility. I may just go ahead and put that down, and then I can just focus on repaying the loan. All right, so let's see. Let's double check on it. I don't have to come back over for the chickens. They're good for a little bit. The sheep are good, so we're all good. All the animals are well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff back away. Sleep through the night. So yeah, we're just at $14,900. Fingers crossed if I wake up above 15, that's good. But we are going to sell that Pottinger mower. We'll clean it up and repair it, then bring it on down to the store to get the top dollar for it, and buy ourselves a John Deere mower. Alright, so we lost about a couple grand overnight, but not too bad. I think, yeah, the price of the strawberries, as we've been checking, is at its worst. I don't think actually cleaning off anything before you bring it to the store actually gives you a better value, but yeah, we'll clean it off anyways. I was testing out another mower, and I thought it would work out rather well because you can put rollers on the back of it. But in testing, the rollers don't actually roll the ground when mowing. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, oh wow, that'd be great if it like mows, and then of course rolling at the same time. That just eliminates you having to go back around the field later on. So, and that mower could do mulching as well. But since the rollers don't do much, and that mower is more expensive than the John Deere, we'll get the John Deere. Yeah, let's go ahead and just repair this. So this is worth $8,549. It's not gonna, value's not gonna go up too much. All right, let's head on down to the store. Well, of course, I didn't check the market yet. Maybe the mower we're getting is gonna be on sale, but we're gonna have more than enough money to upgrade our mower. Beautiful October. All the leaves changing. Fall is my favorite time of the year, although I don't like the season that follows after it that much. And that's a store, but in order to sell things, we got to come over here. And I think I got to park this here. And I think the trigger is like here somewhere. Yes. All right, let's go ahead and make sure I'm on the Pottinger. Let's go ahead and sell that for $85.64. All right, let's head on over to the store and get ourselves a much bigger mower. Should get the job done a lot quicker today. Usually it takes me about a half hour to mow the grass, so double the width should take like 15 minutes. All right, let's check the sale page. Let's see what's interesting here. Nothing that's going to help us out at all. So let me show you the mower I was looking at. So it was these right here. To rotor to, yeah, these. So if you click on it, yeah, so the rollers go on the back, and I'm like, oh, good, rollers. So it must act as a roller. So the grass shoots out over the rollers. It actually does. So I figured that's how they get away from rolling it and not deleting the grass. So the grass would come out, shoot over the rollers, and you roll the grass after you mow it, so it's rolled. But it doesn't count as rolling. And this could be converted over to mulchers as well. This is on the Giants Mod Hub. If you're interested in that, you'll find it, though, under mulchers or mowers. So we need to come in here. We need to get ourselves the mower. And this is the one everyone was recommending, which is the John Deere mower right here. The John Deere HX20. Costs 15 grand. We'll set up everything. We're going to keep the same. The only thing I understand is the light system. I don't know. I guess there's lights on it. But I don't think we need lights on it for 500 bucks. The mulcher, no, because we're going to be cutting grass with it first. So if you want to cut grass, you got to make sure you don't have mulchers on there. If you want to mulch, then you got to go and convert it over to a mulcher. It's not a mower and mulcher at the same time. Alright, since we're this far, we're going to go to the field behind the livestock market. So that leaves us with $6,600 in the bank account, which should be fine. Make sure everyone waves to Earl as we go on by. He's always out here bright and early. Lower that down. Steep hill, I know. Come on, Fiat, you can do it. And once we get up the hill, we're good to go. And it has a pretty good working speed. The Fiat should be able to get up to speed, I would think. I think it's 13 miles an hour for mowing. I'm not getting up right to the edge of the wall here, but that's okay. Don't have to get every square inch of grass, although the more the better. Maybe some lights would be good. Still early in the morning, I guess. Actually, let me speed up. No, I don't want to speed up time too much because I want to get these bales wrapped, because they will take 3 months. If I speed up time, that just means I can't sell the bales until later in January, and the price of the silage could be going down at that point. Then once we get the grass mowed, we'll go around with the Deutz with the windrower, get these in nice little swaths. Then we just have to go around again with the Fiat and wrap them on up. Then we can go around, collect all the bales, put them in storage until January, and we are done for the year. Then it's just a matter of going to the winter months and selling everything. I really don't, well, I will roll the grass today in this month as well. Because if I wait until April, the grass could have grown a little bit. Then if I roll it, then we'll reset it back to the original stage 0, which I don't want to do. But getting this mower right here is definitely going to save me a lot of time. And also now next fall, when it comes time to mulching the fields, we can do that. I'm not going to bother mulching the grass field. Although it would give us the extra 2%. It's too bad it's not considered, you know, cutting the grass and mulching at the same time. I thought, well, maybe if I just put this on mulcher, it would cut the grass and then mulch it. But if you put it on, you know, if you put on the option of mulching, the grass, you don't actually, well, you cut the grass, but you don't actually get the grass to pick up. It just eliminates the grass completely. Making quick work of grass cutting now. Step 1 done. The deer are already coming out, checking out what's going on with the grass. Alright, time to get back to the farm, get that grass cut. And we can move on to the windrowing stage. It is nice to see that our trees actually grew finally last month. Now we just gotta wait for the other 40 to start growing, but we gotta wait for these also to get to the mature stage. We'll try not to actually mow where those saplings are. Somewhere along these lines. Actually, if I get low to the ground, it's easier to see them. They don't blend in as much. I know I said this mower is like double the working width, but it seems like it's more than double. We are chewing away at this grass at a really good pace. Extremely fast, actually. With the pottinger, this would have taken me a half hour to get in all the fields done. I think I'm going to be done in like 10 minutes. Well, overall, I think we're going to get this done in under 15 minutes, so that's going to definitely help us out as we go along here. Mowing the grass 3 times a year. Save us a lot of time. Just got a couple more pieces to grab. Then one more little chunk right here. Make sure we get it all. Let's go ahead and fold it on up. But the only thing is, it's going to take a little bit more space than the pottinger did. I'm still hoping I can fit it in front of the windrower. Of course, now we just realized we got a little bit of a John Deere thing going on here. We got a seed drill, the mower, and the harvester. Alright, so I'm going to back up and hook this on up to the baler. So that's all set to go. Well, let's grab the Deutz. And get this into some nice little swaths. But only if the other mower where the rollers work, that means I wouldn't have to go back around later on to roll the fields, but it doesn't take long to roll the fields. I apologize to my neighboring farmer for kind of hitting his corn. It's not going to be the first time I touch your crops there. So as for, I know there's still a few people worried about the money situation here. A few people have suggested, you know, doing something more with the fabric to make more money. Is there a way to make more money with the fabric? And yes, there is. We can make clothing with it, but I'm not going to go much into productions on this map here. We're just going to have the sawmill, the spinnery, and the horse training facility. We're just going to sell the fabric as is. We probably could make a whole bunch more money with clothing. I kind of forgot how much clothing goes for per 1,000 liters. And actually, I just used a nice little mod on Hinterland to where the spinnery is also the clothing facility. So you don't have to transport the fabric to a clothing facility. It's all made into one building. But once we get the training facility down, and every year we sell the fabric and the planks, and we are doing the trained horses, we could be taking like $250,000 off that loan every year. Maybe even a little bit more. So, yeah, that $1.5 million that we owe is going to come down relatively quick. And of course, the more we pay off the loan, that means less loan interest that we pay at midnight, which means we save ourselves money in that sense. Yeah, so the only thing that we're missing now for the farm, right, is the training facility. I think now that the mower we got is a mulcher, I think we're pretty much all set. We got all the implements that we need. Do I want to upgrade anything? I don't think so. There is the part of me was kind of thinking upgrade the lime / fertilizer spreader, but the thing is we're going to go from a working width of like I don't know, 8-10 meters, whatever that is, up to 42, which would mean one pass, which would be nice, but I don't mind making a few trips around the field to get the lime and fertilizer down. It's not going to take us that long. Yeah, I would advance time a little bit to get the sun up, but it looks like the sun is really starting to peak as I say this, but I want to get these bales wrapped as soon as I can. That way they'll be ready early in January, not midday January. So I think last year, I think actually the best price for silage is going to be at midnight for the new year. I think it was actually just before January came around. Now we should have more silage bales this year because we'll have had the big grass field all year. So I'm going to get this windrowed on up, and then we can go around and bale them on up, wrap them on up, and we can count how many bales we got. This little hill at the beginning gets me every time. Doesn't matter what tractor I'm in and what implement I'm using. It's just a steep hill. So we got the first two grass fields all windrowed. It's not going to take me long to get this one done. I do like windrowing for some reason. I think it's the fact that it's just making the field look cleaner because you're grabbing a whole bunch of a whole bunch of stuff and putting it into one narrow swath. Just glad that the Deutz does have enough horsepower to do this. That way we can swap from one tractor to another, not always having to use a Fiat. As long as I don't get stuck on the fence line, I'm all good. Or a tree. There we go. Just trying to get too close to things. One thing I am also noticing with the manual transmission tractors is once in a while it seems like it gets locked in at a certain speed and it can't go faster than what it can. So I just had the same issue here. I was maxing out at 7 miles an hour. I'm like, I thought the working speed was a lot higher than that. And I was going downhill, so it wasn't like a lack of horsepower. And the way I kind of reset it is just you got to detach from the implement and then reattach to it. And then it goes back at the max speed. So, yeah, I've had that issue a couple of times. And I just figured I might be doing something wrong, which I still might be. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, I've had it. Even after I turn off the implement, I could only do 7 miles an hour with the Deutz here, and yeah, we can easily get above 7 miles an hour. As you can see right there, I'm getting up to 10 going uphill. There we go. We are all set windrowing. Now it's time to make the money bags, also known as silage bales, so they can start the fermenting process, and they'll be ready by 9 o'clock in January. So if I had the pottinger mower, I would just about now be getting done mowing the grass, And already I got the windrowing done, so that's good, you know, very helpful getting that John Deere mower, especially when it comes next fall, and I can just convert it on over to a mulcher, and we can go ahead and take care of the fields as well. The other mower I should mention as well, the one I didn't buy, but I was showing you had the rollers on it. It can do the same thing this John Deere does, where it mows grass. You convert it over to a mulcher. But another thing that the other mower does is it will also do tree stumps, which I found kind of interesting. I didn't see in the description what the John Deere could. Not saying it can or can't, have no idea, but yeah, the other one, I guess if you had it set up for a mulcher, it'll take care of tree stumps. Interesting. I didn't test it out. I was just doing it basically for grass work. Try to back this in there nicely, because it's going to be there until about next May or June. And I am done with the Deutz until next year, or unless the animals need feeding. Let's come over here and we'll give this, though, a little bit of a wash. Yeah, getting the weights on the front has helped out rather well. Didn't really notice it too much with other implements, but definitely last time with the grain trailer, I noticed the front end was lifting off, and now the weights are on there. I noticed a difference with this regular implements that seems to handle better. Give our drill a cleaning. Yeah, so a few people still have said sorghum does harvest better than oats. So I think those fields that we have, I guess I'll go ahead and put sorghum back into them. Don't have to worry about crop rotation. We're not doing it on Selendra. Let's go ahead and put that away. Got a little bit of straw in the baler, but it should convert right on over the grass. And we'll start in the same spot where we did with the windrower and start picking that up. Oh yeah, what I want to do is it control... I think it's control N? There we go. I was resetting the bale counter, so in the bottom left-hand corner of the helper HUD, you can see it's at 0. We have made a total of 117 bales with this baler. Hang on a second. I gotta lower that to 150. The first bale that comes out may not switch over. So I may have a grass bale that I can't wrap. Glad I thought of that right off. That would have been rather embarrassing. Well, I would have recognized it right off when the first bale came out and didn't wrap. I would have been like, what's going on there? So this is going to be a grass bale that we can feed the sheep. So it's not that big of a deal. The sheep pen does take grass or hay. I don't think I converted it soon enough. Oh yeah, automatic dropping on. Alright, so 150 centimeters. Yeah, it's too bad you can't change the diameter of the bale if you're below 50%. So, I mean, we had very little straw in there, and I tried to turn it on down. Probably the best thing I should do for myself is just leave it at 150, so even when I do straw, we'll make 150 centimeter bales. It's not that big of a deal. Now that we got the auto-loading baler, now I have to pick them up with a telehandler and lift them on up. So I think I'll just leave it at 150 from now on. That way I don't have to keep reminding myself to change it. So I think last time we got, I think that baling trailer does 28 bales, and so I think we got a full trailer plus like 5 or 6. So like 34, 35 bales I think we'll make. I just got to remember when the baler gets full, I got to stop until the bale unloads because we can't pick up any more grass until it is unloaded. We'll just keep on making some circles until we get all the grass picked up, wrapped up. And then I got to go around and pick up the bales because we do have to roll the field today. That way it's ready to go when springtime comes. A little bit of a struggle for the Fiat to get up this hill. And I usually try to get this grass on the way back down. That way it's much easier. So, yeah, I'm not too sure I want to get to the 34 bales I was hoping for. Unless I miscounted last time. I thought that baling trailer held 28 bales. But if it only holds 24, then that would probably make more sense. I don't remember how many bales it holds. But it's one of those things, we get what we get out of it. At least all these bales will be fermented by 9 a.m. in January. By the time I get done anyways. Although this field seems to be yielding rather well on the grass. So I did have a quick look of how we are going to spend our money in the upcoming season. So I'm thinking with the silage bales that we're going to sell in January, we'll probably take that money and buy the 2 potato fields. That way, I don't want to wait until spring or summer when we do the other sales and go, all right, now let's go buy them and find out there's like sugar beet or something like that in them. I'd rather buy them with it before they're drilled and we can put in what we want to put in. So that's going to cost us like 45 grand, which we should have after we get done selling the eggs and the silage. We should have enough money to buy those 2 fields. And then of course we'll have the fabric, and I'm thinking with the fabric maybe just throw all that at the loan, and then when it comes time to the planks next summer, we may take that money and go ahead and put down the training facility. And I think that would be a good way to spend our money. Get everything kind of in order. Come on, Fiat. I know I'm asking a lot of you to do some baling going uphill and making a tight corner, but you can do it. Yeah, to get to our 34 bales, I would need 17 bales on this field alone, because I only got 17 off the first set of fields. So that's not going to happen. I think on this field here we get about 9. I think last time we got 9. Getting kind of used to the round balers to where I gotta wait for them to dispose of the bale before I can continue on. Although I'm not gonna lie, I still definitely prefer the square balers. You can just keep on chugging along and you're fine. But overall, taking care of these grass fields looks like it's going to take me just about an hour now. We do start our morning at 8 o'clock, but by the time we went down to the store, Sold the mower, got the new mower, and got to work. It was probably like quarter after. Somewhere in there. Another tight corner going uphill. I think ever since I threatened the Fiat of maybe exchanging in for the Valtra Velmont, it's been acting kind of nice. hasn't been any issues. Of course, now that I say that, probably will. And it never seems to happen when I'm bailing, when I'm going forward and backwards a lot. And that's when it freezes up. It's when you change from going forward to backward or backward to forward. That's when all of a sudden it'll stop, and whatever direction you try to change to go to, it won't go that direction, and then it's just frozen in place. And I do a lot of forward and backward driving when it comes to baling, just to make sure I get the entire swath. So I'm not going to get another bale off the field, but that's okay. They'll be stored into the baler. Although I do got that little bit of a swath going downhill, so maybe I'll have another 1,400 liters in that swath. Is there enough there to make a bale? Well, there might be. Nope, just shy. We have to get to 5,500. Alright, how many bales did we make? 25. And one of those bales is just a pure grass bale, which I can bring on over to the sheep, put down in their feed trough area, and they'll take that throughout the winter. But 25 bales, that's not going to be too bad. Especially when it comes time to sell it, I'll enjoy it quite a bit. Alright, let's go put the baler away. Now let's get the bales off the field so we can clear the way to roll the field. I wonder if I can roll the field with the Deutz. That might be asking a little bit too much. I'll have to see what the horsepower requirement is for that roller. Definitely has made my life a lot easier getting this trailer. Save myself a lot of time. So in the last few months, we've gone from the Pottinger mower, which would take me a half hour to mow the grass. Now we got the John Deere mower. I can get that done in under 15 minutes. And I used to load these up, of course, with a telehandler, putting on the baling trailer. I have no idea how long that usually took me, but if things fell off, we know how that goes. So now just going around and letting the trailer do all the work. So off this field we got 6, 7, 8. Kind of, I think that's what we got last time. The first time we cut the grass in this field before we bought it, or just after we bought it, and it wasn't really cared for that well, we only got 6 bales. Alright, so there are 8 bales picked on up. Time to get back to the main farm and pick up the rest of them, put them over between the buildings, between the sawmill and the delivery area for the bales. And then we go around and roll the grass fields and just double check on everything. And I think we are done till November till we can sell the eggs. But we'll have to give a good look at the stats of the animals, make sure they're all set to go, and we'll check on a few things, and yeah, we'll wrap up the episode then. So I'm trying to remember what the difference would be from the second cut to this cut, to where we didn't get as many bales on this one. It could be where I put down the tree saplings. Maybe I mowed over the tree saplings and got that grass, and now since the trees are grown a little bit, of course I didn't mow in that area. So that could be the extra grass I didn't get. Oh, so 24 is a full trail. I thought it was 28, but it's 24. Alright, so yeah, not that far off from the last cut. So the silage bales that are against the wall here, that is from the first grass cut, which we did, we kind of mixed it up with the hay bales. And of course, the silage bales over here are from the second cut, and this is the third cut. So it looks like I got 3 more bales than I did this time. I keep forgetting that when this unloads that the grabber unfolds as well. This will make it nice and easy for us to sell. We'll bring the telehandler on over and just got to go right over to here. And removing that wall between the sawmill and here makes it easier so I don't accidentally drive through the sell point. So if we look at our time-saving stock check, currently we have 66,000 liters of silage, which would sell for 12,000, or max price we get 12,000. Now we have 288,000 liters of grass, which the bales we just made, they're fermenting, and I think the last cut, those bales are probably still fermenting. So out of this 288,000, I'm thinking, we'll just say 275,000 liters of this will be turned into silage. So this price should go up quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to guess that these bales over here are almost fermented. Yeah, a couple more percent and we'll have a whole bunch more silage. These should be from the second cut. Yeah, so we got like 3 more bales. Unless one of the fields need lime and I just missed it, that would have dropped off. I need to go to this page here. So it's all fertilized. Let me get rid of the fertilizer. So these 2 grass fields don't need lime, and this one here doesn't need lime, so it's not that. So yeah, we just didn't get, how many liters is that? 5, so that's like 15, it's like 18,000 liters less of grass. So yeah, the only thing I can't quite remember is how much extra grass did I mow where those saplings were. I may have mowed over those saplings to get the grass. Baling trailer, I think I'll park this in the sawmill. I got plenty of room for it to go in there. Then all that's left really is to grab the roller and take care of these grass fields in a hot second. I can sneak in here. So that other trailer we got now, that's just for moving the fabric and the planks to be sold. Oh, the one thing I haven't done yet this morning is also brought the wool over from the sheep. I shouldn't be forgetting to do that because that's very important. Although the spinnery seem to keep up with the wool still. So if I get in there rather late, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. Oh yeah, once again, that little pit right there, that is a manure pit. So I know some people said put down a manure pit, you'll get manure from the horses. We don't seem to get any manure from the horses. So I'll have to remove that grass bale so I can get the field rolled. And only rolling a true field will get the second stage of fertilization. A couple of people said you're missing a whole section of grass. That's not a field to our left, so rolling it will not get us more fertilizer on that field or grass. Alright, let me zip around here and get these fields done. Should only take me about 5 minutes or so. Doesn't take that long. And then we'll go up and take care of the sheep. We'll bring them that grass bale, pick up the wool, and then, like I said, we'll have a look at our finances and a little bit of maybe what we could be bringing in for money. So after we get this field rolled, all of our fields will be all set until time to plant in the springtime. I think that's the same deer that just keeps coming out, checking out the grass field. It'll grow a little bit next month. You can come out and graze in it. It'll grow just a little bit. I did speed up time to time 6. So I want to see if the other bales will ferment and we get a better idea on the price of silage, or what we'll get. Because that is 27 bales that are ready to change over from grass to silage. We'll just do a quick financial check here in a moment. The farm is easily going to be making a lot of cash from now on, between the grass fields and, of course, the fabric, the eggs. The only thing I gotta really think about, we might do some in November next month. Of course, we'll be selling the eggs in November, but maybe getting some more wood over to the mill. Got to double check. I think I said 6 months that we had, which will get us to springtime just about. But I don't think our saplings are going to be full grown by then. So we'll have to find other means of getting wood into the mill. Until our saplings are all set to go. I probably should be planting some more on down. But I think we'll do that next month. And I may actually lease the tree planter instead of doing it with a shovel. Doing it with a shovel doesn't take that long, really. It's kind of interesting little mod, but after using it a couple of times, at least for me, it's like, well, it's kind of lost its luster for me, anyways. I did notice when I was rolling the grass field, because I was mentioning before the other mower I was looking at has rollers on it. Or you can put rollers on it, so I thought that would add the rolling stage like we're doing now. But I thought maybe the reason why they didn't do that is because the roller would eliminate grass. I did have a couple of grass patches where I didn't pick up with a baler. Going over them with a roller does not eliminate the grass, so yeah, it's too bad that the mower that has rollers on it doesn't mow the grass and then count it as rolling. Either way. Alright, I need to go back, grab the telehandler, got to grab that one grass bale, bring that over to the sheep, and we'll grab the sheep's wool, make sure we get that into the spinnery. And then we are done for the month of October. Then it's just a matter of planting some crops next spring. I just remembered, because the problem is now I'm playing on 3 maps, so I'm forgetting. I gotta plant wheat or barley now. There's no spring wheat or barley. Alright, not the biggest thing. So those 2 potato fields, when we buy them in the winter, I can plant oats in them. That way I'll get straw off of it. And then we'll harvest the oats next year, of course. And then probably plant wheat in it in the fall. Alright, I'm going to leave this right here. That way I can get that little piece right there. Alright, let's get this bale off the field. Sometime next year, we should have some more horses. And they'll go through the feed twice as fast. I do like this map quite a bit, how it looks on the outskirts. The way they put the mountain range around it. Looks very nice. And I think for my first real small map that I've played on since ever. I don't think I really ever played on a small map until now. I think I'm getting used to it. Look at the wool that we got. 4,500 liters sitting there. They shouldn't take this whole bale because we fed them yesterday. Although this may change in a bit because I may... the XML file for this mod, to actually work on hinterland, I gotta edit the XML file, I think, so it takes more food. So, yeah, we may end up feeding these sheep and not have to feed them in a long time because, yeah, the feed trough for this series, they won't go through that much. But on hinterland, they will. I always try to get used to the pallet forks without looking at them. And yeah, I just can't really do it. I don't know, ever since I got this electric telehandler, I like it. And then I'm always thinking about we should trade it in for an older style diesel-powered one. And I'm always 50-50 on it. I want to keep using it. And then there's sometimes you use it, I wish I had an older style one. Really would like to fix that. That was interesting. I was looking at the bump. I would really like to fix that bump, but we don't own the land that's there, so... Alright, let's get this on in here so we make sure that the spinnery is making wool into fabric. Alright, let's try to avoid the bump this time by not taking the road itself. Because that is a big hole that I went through last time. Actually, there's a couple of them there. And all set. Perfect. All right, let me just do a quick stock check here. Did that silage ferment over? It did. So right now with the silage we should get like 40 grand for it. And of course, we still got the other grass that we just did today. So yeah, we were going to get like 60 grand maybe for the silage. Currently for the eggs, we'll get 21,000. So doing pretty darn good there. And of course, fabric right now, this is of course with the fabric that we have, we will get 80. But by the time May rolls around, which is like 6 more months away, so we can almost like double that. So we're going to get like 160,000 from our fabric. Planks we just kind of sold a couple months ago. So we could get like $100,000 from our planks. Let me check on the production buildings, make sure everything is going good there. We just put the wool in. Yeah, it looks like the spinnery was out of wool because that's about as much wool as we put in. Cotton, we're staying just about even with the greenhouse we got. So that's all looking good there. Greenhouses should be good. And of course, we do have 24,000, so that's like 5 more months of wood that the sawmill can go for. So sometime in springtime. But in the meantime, I mean, I guess I can cut down more logs over where the training facility is going to be. I might need some room to drive around in there, so probably take some trees out of there. So bring the yarder, put the yarder like right about here, drag the trees out to here, and then it's kind of a problem to get them into here. But as long as I can drag them through the wall here, it'll be good to go. But we might do that next month. So next episode, we'll sell the eggs, plant some more trees down, and then start cutting down some more trees. That way, hopefully the sawmill can go until like summertime, until we get the fields planted, and we'll be good to go. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Selendra. But until then, have a good one.